side. If we look at some of there's a lot more finance that could be mobilized for development cooperation through forms of internationally concerted taxes and other innovative mechanisms to the tune of maybe $400 billion per year to meet development needs and global challenges like fighting climate change. Forms of climate financing. By having clarity on how the funds can be used and linking users to the origin of funds could also make it more politically acceptable that, for instance, a carbon tax or a financial transaction tax could be allocated for development purposes. So it's not like, okay, let's have another tax and then we'll see what we do with the money, but that there's a very clear mechanisms through which the taxpayers can see that it's serving development purposes, of use of existing. If you tax by, for instance, 1%, the wealth held by billionaires, so meaning everybody holding more than $1 billion in wealth, that would not really affect them in terms of their income, so just the revenue, the income flow they would already have on their wealth holding would by far outstrip the tax you would take away from them. So in that sense it would be another tax, which also makes sense from any economic theoretical argument. First class or business class tickets. So what we're giving them through the report is some arguments to say, well, maybe an international tax. So we have an international agreement to mobilize resources for particular purposes. So why not also have an international agreement to mobilize how to mobilize the resources to fill the funds for development and for climate financing. Forms that are being discussed in the report, which have